This is a video about how to create tetrascales and major scales. We have our keyboard here to help us. The order of the notes in a tetrascale is always going to be a whole step, and a half step. Now if you don't know what whole steps and half steps are, go back and watch the video about those. So if we're making a tetrascale, we're going to have a note here, skip a whole step, have another note here, skip a whole step, have another note here, and have another half step here at the end, and have another note at the end. So we're going to have 4 notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, to make up a tetrascale. So let's go through some examples. If we want a C tetrascale, here's C. We need a whole step first. So from C to D is a whole step. We need another whole step, D to E, and then we need a half step, E to F. So the C tetrascale is going to be C, D, E, F. If we start on the note B flat, here's B flat. We may run out of keys over here. We need a whole step first, so B flat to C is a whole step, B flat, C. We're going to jump back down here to this C. This is the same C. We need another whole step, C to D, and then a half step, D to D sharp, or E flat. We're going to use E flat since the name of the key is B flat. So if we go down here, B flat, C, D, E flat. So if you're starting with flats, you have to use flats. That's why this is not in D sharp. Also, here you already have a D, so you can't have a D and then a D sharp. They have to be one of every letter in order. The next letter we're going to try is F. So go back up to our keyboard. Here's F, a whole step, F to G, another whole step, G to A, and then A to B flat. We'll talk about why it's B flat and not A sharp later. So F, G, A, B flat. Let's try one from G. G. Whole step up from G is A. Whole step up from A is B. And then a half step up from B is C. G, A, B, C. Try E flat. So we see that it has a flat, so we have to use flats and not sharps in our answer. Order is whole, whole, half. Here's E flat where we're going to start. Whole step up from E flat. E flat to E is a half step. E to F is another half step. 2 half steps equal a whole step. E flat, F, another whole step, F, G, another half step, G to A flat. We're using flats because we started with E flat. So E flat, F, G, A flat. Let's try one starting on B. I'm going to add an extra key down here so we don't have to swap around. So we need a whole step, half step. From B to C is only a half step, so we need from B to C sharp, another whole step, C sharp to D sharp, and then a half step, D sharp, E. So we have B, C sharp, D sharp, E. So tetrascales only have 4 notes. To create a major scale, you're going to take 2 tetrascales and put them together. So you end up with 8 notes. A major scale is going to have 8 notes. Whole step, half step. So you start with a tetrascale. You have a whole step in the middle, and then you have another tetrascale at the end. So a major scale is made up of two tetrascales joined by one whole step in the middle. So let's go back down here to the bottom and finish making these tetrascales into major scales. Let's start with C first. So C to F we already know is a tetrascale, so we need a whole step up from F. It's going to start on G. So then you make another tetrascale starting on G. So you have the G tetrascale, G, A, B, C. So the C major scale is C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Notice you start on one note and you end on that same letter, but one octave higher. Let's try B flat. We already have the B flat tetrascale. We ended on E flat. We need a whole step up from E flat to start our next tetrascale. E flat to F is a whole step. Now we need an F tetrascale. F, G, A, B flat. It has to be B flat and not A sharp because it has to match the first note. And we're using flats anyway. So B flat, C, D, E flat, F, G, A, B flat. If we start with an F tetrascale, we need a whole step up from B flat to start the rest of the major scale. B flat to C is going to start our next tetrascale. So here's C. We'll jump down here so we have more room. C to D is a whole step. D to E is a whole step. E to F is a half step. C, D, E, F. So we have F, G, A, B flat. C, D, E, F finishes the F major scale. Start on one note, end on the same letter. We'll do a couple more examples. G tetrascale, go up one whole step from C. It's going to start on D, so we need a D tetrascale. Whole step, E to F sharp, and then a half step, G. D, E, F sharp, G. You can kind of cheat on the end because you know that the last one's got to be the same letter. So let's try that down here with the E flat. So I'm going to go ahead and put E flat here at the end. Hopefully we'll end there. E flat tetrascale, we need a whole step up from A flat. Here's A flat. Move this up so we can see both. Here's A flat. We need a whole step up. It's going to be B flat, C, D, E flat, and we end on E flat. So we have B flat, C, D, and E flat. Last one, we have a B tetrascale. We need a whole step up from E. Here's E. We need a whole step up, half step, so we have F sharp, G sharp, that's a whole step, another whole step, and a half step. F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, B. We have to use sharps because we're already using sharps down here. Notice that this is A sharp and not B flat, because if we had a B flat, then we would have two B's in a row. You can only have one of every letter.